me friends too.
Damn, that fucked up.
What's going on?
Hey, Randy, how's it going?
Just watching the tornadoes.
Yeah,
That's what we do here in Oklahoma. Usually I'd have a chair outside, but got this little radio show thing to do.
I just rewatched a little video from Sunset Riot at your house back in the day.
Right?
And I feel like it's that time of year.
Yeah, it is. It is. It was perfectly timed. Perfectly timed. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. And the sirens going off. It's so funny. The beginning of that whole thing is just, woo! You're not in Kansas anymore. And yeah, good times.
So if things go, somewhat right tonight, we'll eventually have Charlie with us. And
He's here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's knocking on the door.
Just fashionably late. It's fine. And then we also have a couple bands this evening.
Absolutely.
Do you want to go into that?
Get his audio. Hey, there he is.
There's Charlie.
So I haven't been able to get my phone to work.
Oh.
Dude,
what are you on?
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just didn't work for a long time.
To say I'm not surprised. So yeah.
We never have technical issues.
Marty's here. There he is.
Can you hear me?
Yep, got you now. What's going on, Marty?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Oh, outstanding. We're just here in Oklahoma. Well, I'm here in Oklahoma watching the tornadoes.
I kind of feel like I'm in Oklahoma as well.
Yeah. It's good times. This is what we do. We just watch the tornadoes come in, and about 3 minutes before it's about to take your house out, we decided to, go in the house. We had this little radio thing going on, so I'm just going to stay put.
So are you under like tornado watch right now?
Yes. About 40 miles south of us, it just wiped out a town.
40 miles is not very far.
No, it's not.
Dude.
It's good. So what's going on, man?
I am safe from tornadoes.
Right?
That's crazy. I'm sorry, guys.
No.
That's crazy.
No, it's good times. Good times. Actually, I'm the only one in danger right now. So John's in Kansas, so it's going to hit him in about 2 hours.
Well, I mean, you know what they say about Kansas.
Right. It's so flat, you see it coming. I mean, it's it doesn't sneak up on you or anything. And Charlie over here is in New Mexico, and he's just smiling his ass off, going, "Stupid motherfuckers, told you to get out of there."
Yeah, no, we're just on fire over here.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, what happens in New Mexico? You got your own natural disasters, right?
Fire, yeah, a lot of fire and wind.
A lot of fire and wind.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be the one that told you so, but there's something happening with the climate. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a change. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something's going on. Yeah, we were having earthquakes and shit in Oklahoma a few years ago. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But craziest thing. Well, I guess we could kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. So I'm Randy. I'm in Oklahoma. We got John Hennis in the
No, that's fine, man. It's all good. I'm Charlie. I'm in Albuquerque.
And I am John in Kansas.
I'm Marty, and I am in Columbus, Ohio.
Nice.
Good to have you with us, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Gosh, wanted to see you guys so many times. Did see you in Vegas. What's it? 3 years ago?
At the M.
5 years ago. Yes.
Yeah, that was a cool place.
Dude, that was set up for success. But the turnout sucked.
Not when we played. When we played, there was thousands upon thousands of people.
Dude,
left.
it was so funny because we were hanging out kind of stage in front, and one of these guys that was a photographer was like, "Who is that?" I said, "Oh, that's fucking Boba Flex." And it's like everybody was like going to him, and I was like, "Are they any good?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! You better hold on." And they're like, "Dude, everybody has rushed them," and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen, man. It was great. It was great. I was like, "Yeah, kind of a big deal."
It was a good time. It was like I like playing shows, and I like that when that big outdoor setup and that huge PA system and that lighting behind you and the big LED screens and stuff. It's like a band my size, upon occasion, will do that probably 4 or 5 times a year.
Right.
You know, something huge like that. So it was magical. I remember looking over and we were playing, I think it was Hey You by Pink Floyd. And I remember looking over and Vinnie Paul has his camera out filming us. And I was like, get this shit out of here. And then Chris Adler from Lamb of God, Lamb of God at the time, walked up to me. He's like, "Dude, I love your band." I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah, it was a perfect setting. I mean, you could see the mountains on one side, the sun setting, and shit was nice. I mean, it was beautiful.
That crazy swimming pool with all the bungalows and shit out.
Hell yeah. John and Charlie are like, "Man, I don't know what you're talking about."
I'm like, I want to go.
Had to be
what
there.
are you talking about?
And also, not to mention, the Vegas Strip is like a mile and a half away.
Right. It was amazing. I was standing there with my wife over to the right-hand side of the stage, and I turned around and I was like, "Hey, honey, look behind me." She turns around. There's DJ Ashba, looking just like he would. You know, he's got the hat on, he's got the makeup. I'm like, holy shit!
Hair cocked to the side, tattoo all the way up his back.
Yeah, it was so awesome. I'm like, where the fuck are we, man? And just it was really cool. It was really cool. And the next night we went to Carrot Top, and Vinnie Paul was right behind us. Carrot Top, I was like, he's like,
good friends. They were good friends, apparently.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's what I heard. That's what I always heard.
Well, it was pretty cool. You know, Carrot Top was like, "Well, we got a rock star in the building," and looking right at us. And I turn around, and I'm like, "Fuck, Vinnie Paul's right behind us," and his whole fucking entourage.
He was the coolest dude ever. Like, he was so nice and so calm, and just treated everybody like they were family and shit. He was
hell yeah.
Apparently, so does Carrot Top.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Anyway, it was a good time. Loved it. Speaking of, do you prefer? Oh my, got an echo. Do you prefer playing intimate, smaller shows or festival type things?
If I'm being honest, I don't really give a shit. As long as people show up in whatever size venue it is, it's a magical moment for me. I mean, if it's a 500 seater and 500 people show up, or if it's a 20,000 seater and 20,000 people show up,
right?
Like, honestly, I really like playing guitar and singing with my best friends.
Too cool. Has there been you've met a lot of people and been a lot of places and been on a lot of stages. Have you ever been starstruck?
Oh God, yeah. I kept it in here, but yes.
Right.
Every single time.
Nice.
I'm like, holy shit, that's Slash from Guns N' Roses. holy shit, that's Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. Holy shit, that's DJ Ashba from 6 a.m. or Beautiful Creatures. Or,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like every time I go, like, you know, one time we were playing on stage and Corey Taylor was watching us. He was bent down, hiding, watching us. And I was like, on stage, I was like, I saw him. I was like, holy shit. Man, so one time I was hammered and was standing backstage. I wasn't supposed to be downstairs. It was just, I can't remember what club it was at. It was in Minneapolis, and Prince walked by with his entourage. And I mean, I have so many stories like that, like Bret Michaels. Like, I remember meeting Bret Michaels and thinking, yeah, it's Bret Michaels from Poison. When he came up and shook my hand, I melted like a baby girl. I was like, ah! my girlfriend at the time was like, what's wrong with you? I go, Bret Michaels just touched my hand. Don't touch my hand. You know, there he is. That's the guy. You know, that's the guy that I watched when I was a kid. Or like,
right.
Happened a lot to me. You know, even when just like a month ago, I went and saw Tool, and the lights are out, and wham, the lights pop on, and Maynard's standing there, and I'm, you know, 200 rows back, and I whispered to my girlfriend, I go, "Oh my God, there he is."
That's funny.
You know, I get messed up every time. Like when I see, even just standing in the crowd and seeing them on stage, or like if I'm backstage and I'm standing on the side and they walk by, I go, holy shit. Do you know who that was? Yeah. It doesn't matter how big the band is or whatever. It's like, if I've listened to them and fell in love with them, I go, oh my God.
I know how you feel.
That was the guitar tech from Mastodon. Gets me every time, you know, because if you can gain any kind of success in this business, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's so tough. If you get any kind of choo, like if you just barely poop like that, I'm like, holy shit, he's doing it. She's doing it. You know, I remember one time we were on stage in Nashville, and I looked out in the crowd when I was still on Bubbleflex. And I whispered to my brother, I'm going to tell you something when the show's over. He thought I was mad at him. He's like, what? When the show was over, he goes, what's wrong? I go, Lizzie Hale was standing out in the crowd. He goes, why didn't you tell me? I go, because you'd have jumped in front of me, asshole. I was trying to sing, you'd have been like, hey, look at me, look at me. I was like, but you know what I mean? It's like, you meet these huge rock stars, and they're the nicest. I've been fortunate enough to never meet an asshole on stage. Everyone's like, or off stage, everyone's always been super cool to me. But you meet them, and it's like, it does feel almost like you're seeing Christ a little bit. Like, oh shit, there's Lizzie.
I know what you mean.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
I know what you mean.
Frank, yeah. Oh shit, there's Vinnie Paul.
Yeah.
It's a wild feeling, and the fact that one time we were getting tattoos in this room, and Jonathan Davis walked in, and he was like, hey, you guys are the guys from West Virginia. And I was like,
what?
I couldn't say anything. Like, hey, Jonathan, how are you doing, man? What's going on with you? I was just like, there he is.
Be cool, man. Be cool. Yeah, that's crazy.
It wasn't cool at all. I pulled my titty out and stuff. There he is. Oh my God, there he is. All of them, from Davis, Jonathan Davis, Chad Gray, all these bands. Jesse from 10 years. They could have all had me the way they wanted me. I'd have fell apart. Don't tell anybody that. Keep that.
No, nobody's gonna see this. I promise.
Oh, hey,
this will never be on the internet.
So yes, to answer to your question, long form, short form, yes, get starstruck your goddamn time.
I love that, and only a true music fan would say it like that and feel like that, because I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like, he's that guy that's wrote that song for that band. What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, he's a fucking awesome writer.
There's John Petrucci, there's Mike Portnoy, there's this, there's that. I like it. I like when I go to festivals, the crews of all those big bands, I do the same thing. I go, shit, there's my buddy Mike doing the monitors. There's my buddy this. There's it just, there's this weird feeling like a family reunion that when you go to festivals, you're like, holy shit, there's everybody that I know.
Right. Speaking of festivals, May 28th, you guys are going to be in Madison, Wisconsin. No, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. At Bratfest, correct?
Bratfest.
Bratfest.
Brats. Yeah.
Brats.
It's the biggest brat. I mean, I don't know if there's any other Bratfest, but it's the biggest Bratfest in the world. And it's free. And we've played it several times as the old band. This will be the first time we play it as the Lonely Ones. But it's a magical place. And it's free. And there's, I think, 20,000 people there. And one year we played it. One year we were direct support for George Clinton. One year we were direct support for Toby Keith. No, Travis Tritt. And it's like, it doesn't matter who plays. It reminds me of like a Lollapalooza-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Snoop Dogg. It could be Tool. It could be, the Prodigy. It's like, it reminds me when MTV used to play a bunch of music and you just kept it on. And it didn't matter. And like, I love this Whitney Houston song. I like this Good Charlotte song. I like this song. That's what it reminds me of, this festival of tons of different music genres. And everybody's drunk and everybody's singing along and everybody's happy. And there's penis-y shaped meats everywhere you turn.
I mean,
that's the brats. That's the brats.
Yeah. No, we got you.
Okay. Well, he was like Bratfest. I was like, I don't know if he's with me yet or not. But
the Bratfest. No, that whole vibe though that you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about. Where you're just like, fucking everybody I know is here, and everybody's got a big smile on their face, and it's just a whole nother fucking vibe that people. Man, they're missing out if they're not hitting it up like that. But that's cool, man.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. Like, so we started doing this in our headlining shows, and we started bringing in a bunch of different style of music. Still guitar, still rock and roll, but just different styles. It's like the last thing I want to do is go to a 5-hour show where a bunch of dudes scream. Rah. Right. I like that one band, but I would also like to be in the crowd where everyone's like la-de-da-de. We likes the party, that hour, and then there's the next hour is like a stroke sound band, and then the next hour, or the next band comes up is like a indie punk band or something. It's like I used to love that vibe of Lollapalooza so much, where I would go see Tool, Prodigy, Snoop Dogg, all that. It was like MTV, like you turned MTV on, you left it on as a kid. And it was a good time. Then all of a sudden,
totally cool.
Yeah, and I love the Ozfest. I thought the Ozfest was amazing, but then it got so like streamlined. It's like this next band is called Butchered at Birth, and this next band is called a Nuclear Fetus Attack, and like, but man, I like one brutal band. I don't want 9 brutal bands where this next song's called okay. Cool. It's cool for 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I'll give you 45. But the next 30 minutes, I need to hear something different. I need to hear a reggae. I need to hear a blues band. I need to hear a funk band. I need to hear it's like a playlist. That's what I was thinking about that today. I would like to make a record that felt like a playlist.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You probably wouldn't buy it.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't buy that shit because nobody buys records anymore. But I would like to make a record that felt like a playlist.
Hey, I just got a record player. My wife bought me a record player for my birthday. It's the coolest looking fucking thing. It looks awesome. Have absolutely no vinyl I can play right now, though.
I'll send you some. I love vinyl.
Hell yeah.
My girlfriend visit. My girlfriend, who's way younger than me, just started getting into vinyl, and it's so neat to watch. I won't tell you how old I am, but I used to get vinyl records and look at them, and do all that shit. And it's so neat to watch that happen again. because it is a live, like a living, breathing thing. You have to open it up. You have to set it down real nice. You got to lay the needle down and flip it over. It does sound. I used to think that was stupid that it sounds better. It does sound better.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot. You know, it's a process. You open it up, the smell, the liner notes, reading the story.
Smell like an old basement. It's a beautiful smell.
Yeah,
smells like an old Playboy magazine you stole from your dad and shit. Like an old wet map. And it does something to you. I open it up, I'm like, oh, it smells good. And then you can see the lyrics and who produced the record, and who played keyboards.
Right.
And this big, this big, huge, it's almost like, I don't know if you, like when you went to Arby's, or not Arby's, like Ponderosa or something when you were a kid, and you opened up those little gameplay things and did the maze and the colored the, you know what I mean? Like a book, like a,
yeah.
I'm getting lost.
No, that was one. That was
totally good.
That was legitimately one of my favorite things. Whenever I got an album, whether it was a tape or a CD or whatever form it was opening up, and man, I would just put my headphones on, and I would listen to the whole album. As I'm listening to the whole album, I would read that thing cover to cover. Like literally, I would know, everybody that they thanked and everybody that was important to the band. And I was just like, I don't know why I geeked out on that, but yeah, that's a big part of the ritual for me.
My favorite ones were the ones that you opened up and they or the tape cases went and kept going. Like I got into the era of when the pressings and stuff got so expensive that you'd open it up and it'd be a little flap and it wouldn't stay shit. My favorite ones like it opened up and there's artwork and there's artwork in the middle and a poster comes out and this and that. I remember that shit. Like you open it and flap 4 times and like, holy shit, this is gonna take me. Or another thing I really like that my brother and I talk about quite a bit is like the Use Your Illusion records. When I got those, I was like, this is gonna take me months to listen to all of it. And it was exciting.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't say now, and I'm not dissing music in any way, but it's like I don't want to pick up a record where it's the same band every song every. I'd like to take the records where it takes me a ride and I go, this doesn't sound like it even belongs on the record. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? It's my favorite song now. And then another week later, like this one's my favorite song. And this is the one I hated when I first opened the record. I thought this was shit. And now it's the best song that's ever been written, ever made. That kind of thing. I love that kind of stuff. And I feel like I was
wrong.
Oh, that's a good one.
We have vinyl.
Don't you say you didn't have any?
She heard me. She's like,
bought that shit for you. I don't have any vinyls because you're a liar.
It's a pretty good start too, Van Halen.
Since we're talking about merch and such, Marty, where would anybody go to pick up your guys' merch?
Yeah.
It's this place called the Intranet. I don't know anything about it, but I hear that you can get anything you want there. So the lonelyones.net is, we try to get to lonelyones.com. As soon as we announced our new name, someone bought that shit from under us because it's a TikTok entrepreneurial world. If you want to make money, if you want a side hustle, buy people's names, try to sell it back to them kind of thing. The lonelyones.net is our website. You can get anything from there. Then there's Richard and Southern, which will sell t-shirts direct to you, which is our t-shirt company, but they're awesome. But we're in that early stage where we haven't quite built our merch empire and we got 9 songs out. We've got 22 recorded, but we're in that stage where I constantly get asked, are you going to release a record? But I don't think a band in our phase is big enough to release a record. I think that if we release a record, where do we go? What do I say 2 months from now? Hey, our record's out. Or do I say, hey, new single, new single, new single? So we're in that building phase. We get the shine down status. We'll have a huge merch store and we'll have, we'll release records once a year. We're at that stage now where it's like we have to keep in your face, because I always ask this question, and I would like each one of you to answer. What is the last thing that you looked at 15 minutes ago on social media?
And man, if I'm being honest, it was, and I'm ashamed to admit, it was TikTok.
No, that's not what I mean. Not what was the last social media you looked at. What was the last thing you remember from social media 15 minutes ago? You can't tell me.
No,
You're right.
Mine would definitely be the chatter between us trying to make sure we could do a show tonight.
What is it?
Yeah.
We had a lot of technical issues, so the last that I did on social media today was back and forth with these guys, making sure we could actually go live tonight.
Right.
but
Our electricity went out at 6:30 a.m. this morning, and then it took out our internet. And then our tech guy that's running the whole Zoom call, his computer just like shit on him. And I don't know if something happened while he was at work and it struck by lightning or what have you. He got home and he's like, my shit's not right, dude.
God damn. Are you guys going to be safe for them?
Yeah, yeah, we're fine.
When does it pass? When does it pass?
I don't know. I was about to say, yeah, we're good. And then I looked up at the news and there's like debris at all over the place. Somewhere.
You're not safe yet. One of y'all has passed by. One of y'all is coming toward.
No, but we're good. We're good. Yeah, it's tracking a whole different direction, so we're fine.
So I have one more little off story. I believe I saw you guys in 2009 at the Blue Goat in Salina, Kansas with Wild Street.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, all right. What do you remember about that show?
Well, I remember that I probably had a lot to drink, but in my head, I put a Bleach Banks card in one of your guys' hands that night.
A what?
One of our cards that we used to have for our show.
Oh, I still got it. I got it in my pocket right now.
He's like, I still have it.
no way. No way.
That would be fucking epic, dude.
No way.
That's it.
Somebody's fucking card. Somebody fucking put a card in my pocket.
Yeah, that probably wasn't me.
What? I think you put it in there and just looked me in the eye and just stuck it in my pocket. I was like, all right.
I might have. I mean, it's been a while.
Direct eye contact.
Like, if that's how we're doing it, I mean, it's serious business.
Oh man. So do you have any shows besides the Bratfest? And you have another one, Rock Rally in
North Rivers
Glen
Rock.
Floors.
Yeah, our next show is we're opening up for Non-Point in the legendary machine shop.
Nice.
It's already sold out.
Hell yeah. Oh, nice.
I would be promoting it, but it's already sold out.
Oh, well.
I ain't got shit to do with us. That's Non-Point all day. You guys ever seen them live?
Oh yes.
No.
I have not.
Yes. Yeah.
They're Seven Dust status. They are one of the best live bands in the country.
They are awesome.
Yeah, amazing people. And like, when our agent asked us, it's like, "Do you want to do the Non-Point show?" I was like, "Yeah, yep,
Hell yeah.
yeah." You think this is a good fit for the Lonely Ones? Okay, nothing else fits more than this.
No,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
Right on, man.
Well, thank you, Marty. It's always great seeing you and talking to you. And anytime you guys have anything that you guys want to promote, let us know, man, and we'll just plug the shit out of it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for having. I'll tell you this. Your setup's really professional. I do a lot of interviews. This is this is top.
Well, thank you. We actually usually play parts of your videos and some of your music, but the tech guy was like, "Dude, I don't know if I can play the videos tonight because it's
right.
my computer's limping."
Yeah.
One section of the podcast is on fire. The other section, the tornado's coming. It's okay.
Well, I mean, I know we all appreciate that. I think that might be the first time that we've ever been called professional. So thank you very much.
Well, say it back or it doesn't count.
It means a lot, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, no, and just like Randy said, man, anytime, and if you don't have anything, you just want to come talk some rock and roll, man, just let us know, dude. We'll
I'd
throw
love to. Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you guys so much for having me. It means a lot that you've what you did for our old band and what you're doing for the London ones. It means a lot. I mean,
Yeah, we definitely want to be here for the next chapter in your life, man.
For sure, dude.
Open the book because we've got a lot of pages in that first chapter.
That's all right. We'll read them all.
Right on, guys. Thank you so much. Anything you need,
See you, Marty.
Later, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, man. That was awesome, man. That was so awesome, dude.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, rock and roll.
What?
What
know
kind of
those
incredible timing
guys.
do we have?
What's up?
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Sorry, I saw you guys in the room earlier, but we were finishing up with the other interview. But man,
No worries.
so good to see you guys.
Yeah. Good to see you.
All right. So I want to kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. I'm Randy and I'm in Oklahoma City.
Yes.
And then
I'm Charlie. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Awesome. Cool.
so yeah, right
So
now
we're all really far away from you guys, basically, is the point. Over there.
We don't have any really cool bands around us. So so what have you guys been up to?
Oh, it's just been like,
We just finished a rehearsal.
yeah, we just finished
Like
rehearsal
a
because
half hour.
obviously, as I'm sure you might know, but if anyone who doesn't know, our big European tour is happening in June. So we're going there. We're playing like 15 shows. We're doing all the big festivals like Download, Hellfest, Rock and Ring, Rock and Park. We're playing at Bell Sonic with Iron Maiden.
That's gonna be crazy.
And then a couple shows with like Tremonti, a couple theater shows.
Theory of a Dead Man. Now
Yeah.
Theory.
So
It is just theory now.
Now it's Theory. When I posted about Theory, I accidentally tagged the makeup brand Theory. And I was like, oh no. So now
That's funny.
Music.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah, I
embarrassing.
didn't think of that.
Pretty embarrassing.
But yeah, so we're gearing up for that. Basically, I mean, it's just been with most artists and stuff, just such a drag with COVID, and we signed a record deal in end of 2019, and we were supposed to do all this stuff in 2020, and now it's like, but it seems like it's kind of over now, so it's finally happening. And then obviously we've had this record that we finished that we're super hyped about. That's been done for almost like 2 years now, so that'll be coming out. Yeah, so we released our single that's off it, Living Dangerous. We released that like a year ago, or this past summer.
I think it was August.
In August.
So
We released that, and then we're gonna have a couple more singles, and then we should have a record out too by the end of the summer. So it's gonna be touring this summer into the fall and record out. So
Yeah.
finally,
and we're playing with
Wow.
AC before we go over there in like May 14th in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Actually, no, a week.
week.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's coming up at the Queen in Wilmington, Delaware. So that'll be really cool as well.
Nice, man. Yeah, you sound like you guys definitely have a busy rest of the year coming up. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, after sitting around in our asses for 2 years. It's nice.
Sitting on this record, just waiting to do this. We've been rehearsing like crazy, and it just feels good to be able to be together and play and have something really to look forward to.
Yeah, I know the just everything closing down and no shows and no tours and everything. I know that was a struggle for a lot of bands, man. How did you guys manage, man?
We did a lot of writing.
We
actually.
wrote a lot of music. Yeah.
We did a lot of writing. We actually, so when the pandemic first started, in 2020, we were doing fun kind of like live stream content. We were doing this thing called Tempt Jukebox, which was really fun, where we were just kind of hanging out with our fans, doing a live streams,
Sharing our favorite music.
sharing our favorite music.
Oh, I see that.
Oh
My
yeah,
man.
that's
That's OG.
Yeah.
Randy's a real one.
Hell yeah.
Look at that, signed and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's awesome. That was 20.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so we just were doing live stream stuff, and we actually then kind of created a whole cool, like we got a bunch of lighting and stuff. We did a bunch of live stream shows in our rehearsal room, which was really fun. And then just writing. Basically our main concern was just keep in contact with the fans and do some covers and cool stuff, because we weren't able to release the music because we've been waiting to tour and stuff to promote it. So just kind of like finding anything we could do that was fun for us and the fans, and we did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm glad it's over though.
Me too. I mean, I'm glad that we were able to use that time. I mean, now we basically have enough songs to make a new record even after this one's released.
Yeah.
So we're ahead of the game on that front. But it was definitely tough. But now we're really excited.
Awesome.
That's really cool. I used to, whenever I had absolutely nothing to listen to, I would always go to YouTube and go to Tempt, because I love your guys' Def Leppard covers, man. You guys do so freaking good with Def Leppard. I'm just like, there it is. There it is. I love it, man. How do you guys come up with what covers you're gonna do?
It's kind of a mix of stuff. Like it's our taste too. You know, sometimes it's wanting to do a classic type song that we really like. That it's just, especially during COVID, we've had a chance to do a bunch of acoustic covers that we've been putting on like TikTok and stuff lately. And and also just, a lot of times we want to experiment with doing newer songs too. Like we had really successful covers of Taylor Swift stuff we did a few years ago. The Weeknd, we did a Kanye West cover this past year. So it's just kind of like whatever we think, like whatever we listen to, whether it's a classic rock song or something that's modern, and we're like, oh, this would be fun to kind of like mess around with and reinvent a little bit and play. That's kind of just how we go about it. And then sometimes we strike a diamond in the rough with like the woman one we did, where Def Leppard retweeted it and everything.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah. Dude,
yeah, they did.
That was it was a crazy day, and we've told the story a lot, but we were in the room to my right now. We were rehearsing. We had just released that cover, and I got a notification on my phone that Rick Allen retweeted it, and I was like, "That's a fake account." Like, there's no-
right.
Yeah, I was like, "Come on, yeah, sure." And then all of a sudden, I see like at Def Leppard retweeted your video. They put it on their Instagram, their Facebook, their Twitter. And then all of a sudden, all of our phones like it was literally out of a movie. It was
so
crazy.
a lot of our like biggest fans now to this day, like we've found us from Def Leppard putting that out. I mean, we had like almost like 10,000 people find us from that. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
They paid it forward.
yeah, it's cool to see bands do that, like older bands that actually like take the time out to just retweet something like that.
Yeah.
That is really cool. That is
cool.
cool.
And that's amazing because of the power that they have with just one little push of the button, man. Just retweet, and I mean that's amazing. That's pretty cool, you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
We're grateful for that.
Absolutely.
I'm
There should be more bands like that, man. There should be more of those bigger bands to do.
Bon Jovi was another band that helped us out. I mean, we got to open for them at Madison Square Garden in 2019 or 2018.
2018, yeah.
And then after we did that, the next year they invited us to do the cruise with them. So they're another band that's just really like, is trying to help out younger artists and stuff, which is so great to see. Because it's such a weird world now, touring, and like they have the whole like buy-on thing and stuff like that, and it's not like that's like, to me it's like the Bon Jovi and Def Leppard are doing a much more kind of old school thing where you'd have in like the 70s and 80s of having a bigger band kind of just take on a band that they liked or something like that, just to get the exposure.
Yeah, I mean Bon Jovi did that with like Skid Row and Cinderella back, I think he has a history of paying it forward and just being so gracious and great to us. We met him, and the whole band, everyone, his crew, everything about that day was insane.
It was awesome.
Talk about it till we're blue in the face. It was incredible.
It's okay. We'll listen to it.
Yeah. No, it's MSG, man. The world's most famous arena, and like for New Yorkers, we grew up going there. I'm a big sports guy. I know Harrison is too. Like going there and seeing being in sound check and looking up at all the retired jerseys, and like
the empty stadium. The best part was sound check by far, because like when you perform, you're kind of in performance mode and everything's almost like a blur kind of. But it's sound check, and you're just like, I remember just hitting an open E power chord and hearing like you could hear like hit through the empty arena, like reflecting.
Wow.
That was probably the coolest
Or
part.
even like Nick's drum.
Yeah, hearing the drum kit, like the big
Yeah,
bass
it's
drum,
just like,
big
whew.
bass kick drum, and
Yeah.
the thing was awesome.
Getting chills thinking about it.
Oh man, that's cool. That's cool though. Download Festival. I mean, just this is some awesome stuff, man. When did you find out you were going to get to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you gonna say that this was supposed to happen in 2020?
Yeah, it's kind of well, going back to what I was saying about, we've been sitting on this record for almost 2 years now, and we signed our record deal late 2019. So like I think it was like December we officially signed it or something, or November. So this was actually planned by our international agents back then, and it's basically was like, okay, it was supposed to be summer of 2020, then COVID happened, and then it was supposed to be summer of 2021, and then COVID kept happening. So we've actually had this locked in for 2 years now. It's still surreal that it's actually going to happen now.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, oh, is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen now? So we've had this for a while, and that was just through our agents. I mean, we're planning on doing a lot of touring. This was originally just the first thing. So you can expect us to be touring a lot, and probably will be, there's nothing confirmed yet, but there's potentially a couple big tours that will be on in end of summer, more like early fall to
like in the US.
Yeah, in North America. So
okay,
that'll be happening soon for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. So are you guys going to put out singles, or do you have an album set and recorded, or how are you going to distribute that?
All of the above.
Yeah. So the album finished. It's been finished, and it was mastered. Like I think it was finished mastering. Like we finished mastering the second week of the pandemic or something. So like March or April of 2020. So we've had the record done, and we will be putting out, 2 to 3 more singles before the record comes out in pretty quick succession, I believe. We already have Living Dangerous out, which is a single from the record, so that's already out. And then the record will be coming out in a few months, kind of coinciding with us doing all this touring to promote it. And yeah, we'll do everything. So there'll be a few singles, an actual album will come out. And we're planning on doing digital and physical releases. So
okay, cool.
And even maybe vinyl, I think that we want to do.
I
as
hope
well.
so.
Awesome. That would be epic.
Yeah.
Epic. Like I just told the other band that we were interviewing, I just got a record player for my birthday last month. I'm really excited about it.
We'll have to send you a vinyl record when it's done though.
Oh, that would be awesome. Well, I'd frame it. I mean,
True, or do that. Records are always good wall art. That's for sure.
They are. Absolutely. So, are you able to write while you're on the road?
Good question. I don't know.
We don't know. Well, we don't know.
Okay.
We've done, like small tours and things like that. Around like where we are in the tri-state area by New York City. We went out to LA. We've done the Bon Jovi cruise and stuff.
Yeah.
So we've never been on the road for too extended of a time, but I think we will, because we always are writing and coming up with ideas anyway. We were writing over the pandemic remotely before we really got back together for the first like half a year of that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's going to be an issue with that at all. And I think actually I'm excited to see what it's like, because it's going to be such a different type of environment to kind of come up with stuff and not be so kind of rigidly like, okay, we're going to the studio to write, or I'm going to Nick's house to write, or
right.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah, there'll be some long drives. So I think so. I think the answer is
yes. So when you're writing, how do you actually know that the song is done? Do you just keep adding to it and going, what if I do this? I've always thought that would be the hard part. It's like, when you finally just say, okay, it's done. This is perfect. We're done.
Yeah, that is really hard. I think a lot of people struggle with that. I know I have in the past. And, what I like to do, so writing the song, a lot of times we know it's finished because, we have kind of all the main parts of the song down. Like we've completed melodies for verses, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge if there's one, and then kind of an outro thing or whatever. So we'll finish kind of like the bare bones structure. And then after that, it kind of moves into production when then maybe that's like we'll add some ad libs or harmonies, or maybe we'll change some lyrics or stuff like that and re-record stuff. And then I always like put so much crap on like guitar parts, so like that. And so our record was mixed. This record that's coming out, that's not released yet, was mixed by Chris Lord Alge, who did he won a Grammy for mixing Green Day's American Idiot. He does all the Nickelback records, 5 Seconds of Summer.
Pink.
So he's
Pink.
He's one of like one of the biggest top rock producers for the last 20 years. So he mixed our record, and he's been like he's been a creative partner of ours throughout that process. So he was really good about kind of listening to it and be like, okay, guys, like, why don't we try it without this part? Maybe you don't need this. Maybe this is superfluous, that kind of thing. So once the demos were done and we were sending him stems, that's when we really kind of got down to the bare bones of like, okay, do we really need this part or that part? And it's hard you get like demo love and a lot of artist stuff like that, where you kind of like, oh, it's perfect as it is, even if there's like way too much stuff going on. But you learn over time. You learn over the time to kind of like self-edit and self-censor, be like, okay, it's better actually if we just have more of like a raw sound here than all this stuff going on. And it's just something that kind of takes time and kind of deliberation.
Yeah. And when we write too, we're constantly recording it as we go.
Yeah.
So it's not like we do a demo and then we go into a studio and then record the real thing. We're constantly just recording it as we're writing it. I'll redo vocals a lot of times. After playing, we'll when we write a new song, we'll bring it into the studio. We will play it live, and I will do a different vocal somewhere down the line. When we're actually have to deliver it, just because I'm much more comfortable with the song. I don't have to look at the lyrics on my phone. It's like it's like I can actually feel it, and it's a different thing. So yeah, we're constantly just recording as we go. And yeah, Chris Lord Alge was a huge help in all this.
Yeah.
So an outside observer has kind of helped you rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, on certain songs, definitely. And and what's great about him is that he shares our creative vision and like really understands the band. And so that's something that I think for anyone that's listening to this, that's kind of a newer artist or younger artist, is that you want to make sure that you surround yourself with people that really get what you're going for, because he really just gets it. So there was a lot of back and forth between us of like, he would suggest something and be like, oh, that's a great idea. We'd be open to a suggestion, or maybe he'd suggest something and we'd try it, but it wouldn't work. So it's just like, he really gets what we're going for. So we were able to have that really kind of like ebb and flow, back and forth kind of dialogue of like trying stuff, liking it, or trying stuff, not liking it, changing things. And by the time he got the songs, a lot of it was finished. It was just
turn the clap track up.
Yeah,
or was that Alan?
That was Alan.
That was Alan. The head of our that came into the studio with us and sat with us for like 3 or 4 hours going through every song on the record. And yeah, he would say stuff like the clap needs to be louder.
Yeah.
And we're like,
need more cowbell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more cowbell,
that was our more cowbell. But yeah,
exactly.
So what I was saying was, yeah, so the songs were pretty much done in the production when he got it, but he just really helped us kind of put the cherry on top and make sure they were kind of the best that they can be from the material that we got, which was great.
Awesome, man.
Good stuff. That's a good find. Sounds like a good match.
Yeah, it's great.
He's awesome.
I have a 2-part question for you guys. The first part would be what's your website where everybody can go find your merch? And the second part is my question for real is influences to you guys, like as you were coming up in the music world.
Thank you for letting us plug. You'd normally have to just interject that, but I love that you asked that. So I will answer your question. So everything's at Tempt Band. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We do have a website as well, temptband.com, but check us out on socials. We're super active.
There's no merch right now because we're making new merch.
Yes.
And they're really awesome new shirt designs.
By our base.
Those will probably be out.
Cool.
We'll probably do some new shirts and stuff out after we do the tour.
After
so
we
in
do the
summer.
tour. Yeah. But
And as far as influences, we're all musicians first, kind of. So, whether it's Nick on the drums, Chris on the bass, me as a guitar player, we, our core kind of influences growing up. Obviously, I think for any musician, you always look back to like the founding fathers of your instrument and who the best players were, and listening to them religiously and trying to emulate them, and then kind of building your own sound from that. So obviously for guitar, for me, it's like from an early age, it was like listening to Randy Rhoads. I remember the first time listening to the live tribute album and being like, oh wait, I can do that on guitar. Someone can do that on guitar. Because especially people that are my age and younger, you don't automatically get exposed to that type of guitar music. So when you hear it for the first time, it's almost like this hidden thing that, oh wow, people can play guitar like that. That's insane. So he was a huge influence, and then that kind of brought me on my trajectory. And then I think the same thing with Zach and Nick, kind of those legends that kind of invented how you are a rock star and how you play your instrument. And then from a songwriting perspective, obviously those influences there, but we've always listened to modern music and stuff. And we're really trying to use, kind of more, especially in this new record, more modern production techniques and sound and songwriting style mixed with that rock energy and the rock aesthetic and the great live show to bring rock forward into a new kind of area instead of just going back and recreating what we like.
it was, for me, it was listening to Aerosmith for the first time, in particular Dream On, when he goes up to that high note. I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? And I just studied him, everything from his clothing to his stage to the way his lyrics. I mean, oh my goodness. But other bands like, I remember hearing Green Day for the first time, all over the place. I used to obsessed with Michael Jackson. My mom said when I was 4 years old, I would just plant it in front of the TV watching Thriller just on repeat. I think I was a little scared of it because I was younger. I was like, oh, this is a little spooky. But those are huge influences.
Awesome. So I was gonna ask you, as a vocalist, what is are there any certain things that you do, specific things to take care of your voice?
That's a good question. I try to drink a lot of water. That's something. I have my shriveled up boxed water here. Boxed water, so trendy.
Box water is it's very odd to drink water out of a cardboard box.
It's really awkward, but that's what they have at the studio now. And this is water. No, but I'll do vocal warm-ups here and there. One of my vocal coaches actually said something to me that was pretty interesting. He was like, like during the day, you're warming up your voice all day by just talking. So like, you don't have to go through this crazy warm-up before shows. And, so far so good. Again, granted, this string of dates is, I think, going to be a real good test. Yeah. I don't know if that works, but I got some secrets and some stuff that I ordered Amazon, that'll get me going. But yeah, I mean, we've been rehearsing pretty constantly, I think, really to mimic that tour schedule, because we will be playing 2-3 nights in a row, maybe at some points. That's what we've been trying to do in rehearsal. So
we've been rehearsing like five days a week, basically.
Yeah. We've been on it
for the past 2 months or something like that. Month.
Well, yeah, like you said, you've got a big summer coming up. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys are I mean, 2 years in the making. You guys have been sitting on this album, everything's locked in and you guys are ready to go. I mean, that's got to be, I can't even imagine how frustrating that's been for you. But yeah, but you guys, I think all wheels are going, and you guys are ready to rock and roll, man.
There's good stuff in the horizon.
For sure.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating, but also, like, we understand what would the alternative been, us releasing our baby into the world and not being promoted and just dying. So every time it's frustrating, I was just like, okay, well, no one could do anything, even the biggest artists or playing shows and stuff like that. So it's like, it's finally gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually. Don't freak out about it. We're good.
That had to be hard, though.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yes.
It was hard.
Yeah, we're smiling through the pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's almost here.
That's right.
It's coming. It's coming. That's exciting, you guys.
Oh, we're over the moon. We're ready. We should start it.
I am like extremely excited for you, and thank you guys for coming on and talking to us. I know it was really random. Hey, would you guys like to come and talk to us? And, but I remembered you guys from Rocklahoma, and I really enjoyed the shit out of you guys. And I was like, man, Tempt, they're always my go-to when I can't think of anything else, man. I'm just like, Tempt. So it just seemed normal for me to go, hey guys, can you sit down and talk to us for a little bit?
Hey, we're in a rock band. If you give us any opportunity to come on somewhere and talk about ourselves for 30 minutes, we'll do it. we're artists, okay?
Well, the offer always stands, and we appreciate you guys giving us a little bit of your time. I know you guys are busy, but just like anytime you guys want to come back, whether you guys are promoting something or if you guys just want to come back on and talk a little bit, talk about yourselves, talk about your band, it doesn't matter. You talk about whatever you want. Anytime you guys are more than welcome to come back. You guys are part of the group now.
Thank you. We'd love to.
Definitely. In a couple months here down the line, we'd love to come back once we got some music out and we've done a couple of these tours and stuff. So that'd be great.
Absolutely. And we normally play little snippets of music or whatever. We've had some technical issues with internet and PCs not wanting to work for us tonight. So we apologize for that, but normally we do that. We'll do that when, next time around too. So
awesome.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well,
thank you guys.
One more time. All their stuff is on temptband.com, right?
Yeah. So it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We've been doing a lot of fun covers on there. We're working on some more
go
soon.
to our TikTok because
blow it up.
We've been trying to build our TikTok for the last few months and it's actually doing well. And we put a lot of fun music stuff on there. So
I got you. I will definitely hit the TikTok because that's kind of my jam right now. So I will definitely get you guys on TikTok.
We're trying to get in on the young person's TikTok.
That makes us feel we're
young,
old.
and even I'm like, what the heck is this TikTok?
And follow us on Spotify too. I think the label would get mad if I didn't say that. So.
Yeah,
awesome. Good stuff. Well, thank you guys. We'll let you go. And I'm so proud of you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. We'll definitely talk again soon in the next couple of months.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Good luck out there and knock them dead, man. Knock them dead.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
We
See ya. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
You too,
Bye.
Awesome, man. That was fucking Tempt. Temptband.com, man. Go check these guys out. Dude, they're gonna have a fucking killer year. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna respond to Ashton's comment on the feed, on the live feed comment section. He said John was wanting them to say Kiss. Actually, I was like, there's no way they're gonna say Kiss. They're too young. And then he's like, Aerosmith, Randy Rhoads. I'm like, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, I'm in. John, I think you missed it though. I held a Kiss Animalized album up.
How did I miss that?
And you missed it.
and I almost flipped you off, but I didn't want anybody to think I was flipping them off when I was actually flipping you off.
I was like, of all the times for him to be looking away.
I totally missed it. I'm sorry.
It's there. It's
Anyway,
there.
I was probably taking notes or something.
Trust me, it was there because I rolled my eyes fucking hard.
Well, you guys, I think that after all the horrible technical problems we were having before the show, I think things went well.
It did.
Absolutely.
And
It
to
really did.
maybe end on a high note before anything could possibly screw up after I said that. Let's take it out.
I think that's a good idea. What do we got lined up next week?
I think we've got Delacoma, do we not? Not next week?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I don't have my schedule.
I know, me either.
That's
Gosh,
all right.
I'm gonna have to start writing that stuff down.
That's all right. We made it this far. We do got Delacoma next week. If not, we'll let you guys know on Facebook.
For sure.
Man, check us out on Facebook. Like go over there and just like, it doesn't hurt you to like just push the like button. You know, you don't have to like follow us. You can like do the default thing to where like we're not popping up on your page every day. But then how would you know about all the cool shit that's happening? Also want to throw a shout out to Christy Norris Photography, because she's been getting some fucking, I mean, she's been doing it for several years, but fucking I was just looking at the Megadeth ones right before, fucking the Lamb of God, Megadeth, fucking, it just looks amazing. Just go check it. Just go check the Facebook page out. I mean, go support, man, because fucking, I can't make people look that cool with a camera. So, I mean, it's pretty fucking rad. But I don't know. You guys got anything else?
No.
Cool. All right, then we'll be back next week. We'll see you next week. Keep rocking.
We bang your ugly friends too.
Damn.
Okay, now that we're not live, and since Charlie was a little
Theta
quiet,
one, I've got to pee.
and I got to make this quick, but my wife got me this new pen the other day. It writes
Yeah.
underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
It's
when
underwater.
are you going underwater?
and pretty much any other word you want it to write. Oh, you can't see it. There it is.
Oh, jeez. Fuck. I didn't even see the setup for a fucking dad joke. Didn't even
Me
see
neither,
it.
man. Me neither. And that's what makes me the maddest, because I was like looking at it, I was like, well, this looks like a regular fucking pen. Wow.
All right.
I don't know what was going on with my phone. I don't know if it was my phone or my internet or what the fuck, but every time I was trying to click on the link, it would like do like it normally did, and then it would just fucking, my phone would just like blank out. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, we were like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a minute and 30 seconds. Where's Charlie?
Dude. And I was trying to reset it. I was trying